Good morning, everyone. It's just the start of the day. I hope you had a time to have some coffee, have some health break before starting. This is going to be an interesting one. So I want a lot of energy, I want a lot of curiosity, and I want a lot of enthusiasm for the session. My name is Arash Bordbar. I work with UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, in the education section, primarily focusing on tertiary education and supporting the 15 by 30 strategy that we have, which I know you've heard a lot about. But today we have a conversation with students, refugee students, leaders, scholars. Some of them have graduated, some are still pursuing further study. And it might start with a surface questions, typical questions when students get typical questions that refugees get asked. And then we would like to dive deeper about not only the issues, but about their strength, about the reasons, about the stories, about their plans, and about the things that they've achieved. So it would be a very informal conversation, and then I would like to invite all of you to basically pose some questions as well after hearing their comments, their intervention. And hopefully this would give you extra thoughts, motivations, or reasons to do more if you're already doing, or to do things differently. So that's what we are going to do today. And I hope that this would be something interesting. We haven't prepared a lot of the questions because we've decided that it would be a conversation, it would be a very natural flow, and that's what they've asked for. And the first question, the typical question that I would like to ask is a quick introduction. So I might just actually start with Dan. I know you said please don't start with me first, but you know it was coming. But I think, yeah, just really briefly, I want to give an overview to people, that surface information, a little bit about yourself,
Okay.
what you've done, where you're going.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're feeling good. So me, it's Dan Al-Qattan from Iraq, but since 2005, so it has been a very long time. I might say that I'm 50 Iraqi, 50 Moroccan, and yeah, I'm a DAFI graduate from a medical university, so now I'm practicing as a general doctor in the private sector in Morocco. And thank you so much.
Next, I might actually start with Bahati.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Warm greetings, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here in front of you, actually, and I'm really grateful. Can you hear me? Okay, my name is Bahati Miachi. First of all, before I say anything, I want to thank you so much for coming and being with us. Actually, this has been a very wonderful time. We've met different people and we've learned a lot, and it means a lot. Yeah. So I'm Bahati. I'm originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and I was a refugee. I'm a refugee in Zimbabwe. I left my country when I was young, at 9 years old, due to political instability in my country with my sister and brother, and fled to Zimbabwe. And I became a refugee in 2003. And I lived all my life there. I did my undergraduate, did honors degree in business management, Great Zimbabwe University. And well, my family is actually there in Zimbabwe. And I've pursued various programs where I've done, I was also part of public speaking, advocacy, and it's a program that was done by UNHCR. This program actually uplifted my life. Well, I have ambitions to become a diplomat one day, and I look forward to become one. I'm also part of the students that was selected for UNICO program, who I'm going to be studying at Lewis University. here in Rome. And those who are in Rome, I look forward to meeting you more often. I'll be doing global management and politics. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Bahati. It's interesting, right? You talked about yourself, you talked about the journey that you had, you talked about where you are and where you want to go.
Yeah.
So that's a quick overview of you as a person. I think we'll get into deeper questions soon. Next, I would like to go to Nilab.
Good morning, everyone. It's Nilab Ahmad again. It's really nice to be here, and it's a great pleasure for me, and it's an honor for me to be here. So I'm from Afghanistan. I started education, everything started from Afghanistan, and then we moved to Ukraine. We lived there as a refugee for 9 years, and then we came to Germany now due to the situation in Ukraine this year, and I'm living with my family in Germany, Ukraine. So I studied medical dentistry in Ukraine with the help of DAFE. And I graduated this year also from medical dentistry with master's degree. Also, I worked with 10th of April, which is a partner of UNHCR in Ukraine, for more than 3 years as an interpreter. And there I was working with refugees and also displaced people inside Ukraine, because most of them was due to 2014 situation changed and they came to other cities. So we was working with them also. And I think as a short and something, I think it's enough for now. Later we can continue. Thank you.
Eva?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ivo Muhoza. I'm originally from Burundi, and I left Burundi due to some political tensions, and we had to move to Zimbabwe. And I've been living in Zimbabwe as a refugee together with my family for the past 24 years. I did my education from primary up to tertiary education, my undergraduate there in Zimbabwe. And during my undergraduate, I went through an engineering program. And during my course of studies, I came up with an initiative called Assorted Energies International, a refugee youth-led initiative that targets to address the deficiency in the electricity supply by coming up with alternative sustainable energy solutions such as solar energy. And we were privileged enough to receive our funding from the Global Refugee Youth Network. And we carried out a renewable energy project in Tongogara refugee camp. And also, I'm also a climate advocate, and I have so much passion when it comes to refugee education, refugee issues. I've also been privileged to receive the UNICO scholarship, and starting this year, I'll be carrying out my master's degree in energy and nuclear engineering with my colleague. Thank you so much.
And it's just interesting to see, obviously, but very interesting to see that you're all involved in different topics, different thematic area. Diplomacy, politics, climate, medical, psychology. And that shows really the diversity that exists also within refugees as professionals. Next, I would like to go to Shaima.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing fine. It's really nice to see you again for the second time. My name is Shaima Al-Sharif. I'm Sudanese. I was born in Jordan, and I'm 21 years old. I am part of the Progetto Mediterraneo Scholarship, and I study politics, philosophy, and economics at Lewis University, first year of bachelor's. I was studying economics and business last year, but I have figured out during this year what is my passion, and I succeeded in changing it to something that I am really interested in. I have worked when I was in Jordan with the refugees and teaching them the English language, mostly for starting from kindergarten to middle school students. And here during the summer, I worked as a strategies analyst at American Express. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks. It's quite brave to then, change your study, and I think it's something that nowadays we see a lot in the new generation, the young generation, that they're changing. I did engineering and I shifted totally to the humanitarian side, and I see this more and more within the students, because we basically changing what is expected from us to do to what we really want to do, and I think that's what I want to get into today. So let's start with another simple question, but I don't want simple answers. So I really want to know why education for each of you, why higher education? And we were talking about it yesterday and this morning as well, that of course it's important, of course it's the most basic human rights, but why? And what's beneath the importance that you had? What made you go that extra mile? And now, even after being successful, carrying it forward even further. So I might actually start with you, Dan, if you don't mind.
So what is the question exactly?
Why higher education?
Okay. Okay. I'll start answering, then I'll ask all the audience if they have anything to add for what I'll say, because it's such an interesting question, obviously. So education for me, if it's higher education or education in all the sense, is the light, is the future, is the next generation. It is like everything. It's independence, it's power, it's strength. If you need something, it's education. If you want to be something, it's by education. It's due to education. So education for me is the key of life. It is the most important thing that we need to be someone who is interested. It's that key we need to let other people listen to us, to have what we say, and yes, this is education for me. It's really the key of life. So if you have anything to add, yeah, you just go.
Thanks. Maybe I'll see if anybody from the panel wants to contribute to that. I think just reflecting on what you said yesterday, Dan, that you were in the university in Morocco as other Moroccan, right? You were competing based on your skills, your talent, not based on the status that is given to you. So that's also quite interesting to reflect on. Anybody else? Bahati?
Okay, for me, education, first of all, I'll start with a statement. Education is not a guarantee to success, but it's a preparation for opportunities ahead of you. So education puts you in a position where you are able to be ready for an opportunity that comes your way. And for me, as an individual, as a person who aspires to be a diplomat in the future, I feel it's important for me to learn what diplomacy, like the whole topic about diplomacy. I need to learn from experts. I need to learn from various experience from other people. Education doesn't only end in the classroom, but education is throughout the whole world. Today, here, right now, we are being educated various things. We had panel yesterday, we were listening to them. They spoke many things. That's education. It's not only about a pen and paper. Well, education, it's a great opportunity for someone's life to be transformed, for someone's life to finally reach the potential that they would want to be. Today, if you want to be like, for instance, if you want to get a job, you're first asked for your documents, like education documents. If you don't have any, somehow you'll be excused to say, no, we can't help you. Yeah. But in all, I can say that education is a very crucial and a very paramount for each and every person to get a chance, because through education, many opportunities are aligned ahead of us. So thank you.
For me, education is the most powering and life-changing thing in the refugee's life. For refugees, education is not about graduating a university, graduating a high-ranked university, or getting a degree. For us, education is about building future, having a tomorrow to look up for. Because it gets really hard during the day that we don't even have the hope to continue the basic things in life. So for us, having education is just a life-changing action that we can do. Thank you.
I think everyone already said about education, so I just want to give an example because I was living in Ukraine and most of young people had no opportunity to continue their education. They needed financial support. And I still remember there was guys like different ages, 18, 19, 20, 21. They was working in markets. And the reason was they was always saying, I was talking with them and the only thing they was telling me was, we have no future because we need support and no one supports us to continue our education. So we are working in these markets and we will continue our life here. Or we have no tomorrow. There's nothing for us, no future. Even if I was asking them to check for me something on map or give me an address or something, they was not able to do it because they was really far from education. They already forgot about education. They already had responsibilities towards their families. So I think education can change their life. What we mean is if we have education, we can make our future not for ourselves, for our family, for our neighbors, community, and finally for like country. But otherwise, so it's only in that market that young people are just working there and spending our life there. The only thing they're thinking is money to bring home, to pay or for something or for facilities for family, and that's all. So what I wanted to say is, we know what's education, but what I saw there's students, they have to continue, but they're stopping somewhere and there's no future. So it was also the same situation. I think Dafi helped me, especially to become a dentist, to help many people. Maybe in Germany, if I live, I will help people. Maybe I will go to Ukraine. I will help great people of Ukraine. Or I will go back to Afghanistan. I think they really need help. So anywhere if I go, I can help people. And especially in Afghanistan, when I was a child, I was dreaming to become a dentist. And the reason was, when I was small, I noticed that women, especially Afghan women, they had no permission to go and treat their teeth by male dentists. And always their family was saying, okay, with tooth pain, you will not die. So you have to bear it, or maybe you have to extract it, or someone extract for you your teeth, and there's no need to go for male dentist. And there was really less female dentists in different cities. From that time, I said, okay, I will become a dentist. I will open a clinic, and I will work with women to help each other to become dentists and help the community. So if I go back to Afghanistan, I will help that people. If I go to Ukraine, I will help. So anywhere in the world, with education, which I have, with profession, I can help people. Otherwise, I think I was just staying at home with my mother, just having fun or watching TV and nothing else, because most of girls are doing that in our community, especially in Afghanistan, because they have no permission or they have no support.
So that's what I want to say from education, that what really mean is there can change life, but this is how it can change our life. Yeah, thank you.
As for me, education, I'll just re-echo what others have just said. I think education is empowerment. Through education, you gain the skills, the knowledge to live a life with dignity. You gain the skills, the knowledge to contribute towards your society. And through education, I'll testify and say that I think the power of education for me was that I managed to discover who I am. I managed to find a place of comfort and to really discover where my passion is. And through education, I've been acquainted with the knowledge and skills when it comes to renewable energy. And this is something that I've found my delight in. And through education, I've realized that I can actually work towards powering, electricity or contributing towards improving the self-reliancy of other refugees without the aspect of thinking about the monetary value that it can bring. So I think education is really transformative. It gives you a sense of belonging, and it is an empowerment, especially when it comes to us refugees. Yes. Okay. Thank you.